Light itself does not contain color. It is simply an electromagnetic wave that has certain physical properties such as wavelength, frequency, and amplitude. When we say light is just wavelength, we mean that photons carry only energy and a pattern of oscillation. There is no redness or blueness built into the wave. Color is not a physical ingredient inside light. It is a biological interpretation created by a visual system. Without a brain, the world would contain only wavelengths, not colors. Different wavelengths of light fall into the range humans call the visible spectrum, roughly from about 380 nanometers to about 750 nanometers. Shorter wavelengths near 380 nanometers tend to be interpreted as violet, slightly longer ones as blue, then green around 495 to 570 nanometers, then yellow, orange, and finally red at the longer wavelengths near 620 to 700. These categories do not exist in the light itself. They exist because the human nervous system groups particular wavelength ranges into subjective color experiences. Other species divide the spectrum differently and therefore see different colors. To turn wavelengths into the sensation of color, the brain relies on cone cells in the retina. Humans usually have 3 types of cone cells. One type responds most strongly to short wavelengths, another to medium wavelengths, and another to long wavelengths. When light enters the eye, each cone type sends electrical signals to the brain based on how strongly it is stimulated. The brain then compares these signals. It is not simply reading a single wavelength. It is interpreting patterns of activity across the 3 cone types. A certain balance of activity between the long and medium cones produces a perception we call yellow. Strong activity in short wavelength cones and weaker activity in the others produces a perception we call blue. The brain performs this pattern recognition automatically and continuously, creating the color world we experience. Because color depends on the pattern of cone responses, anything that alters those cones changes color perception. This is the root of color blindness. The most common form is red-green color blindness, which happens when the cone responsible for detecting medium wavelengths or the cone responsible for long wavelengths is missing, damaged, or shifted in its sensitivity. If 2 cone types respond to similarly, the brain receives almost the same signal for what would normally be different colors. As a result, reds and greens and browns, or purples and blues can look nearly identical to someone with this condition. They still see light and they still see color, but the color space is compressed because fewer distinct signals are available for the brain to compare. In essence, light provides only energy and wavelength information, while color itself is created by the brain interpreting how the different cone cells respond. Light has no inherent color, and variations in biology explain why different individuals and different species see the world in completely different color palettes.